Welcome to Taiwan Headlines, news that impacts Taiwan's future. I'm Donovan Smith. A British man who had contracted the new mutated UK version of the coronavirus while traveling there passed away on Wednesday, bringing Taiwan's death total to 9. In other coronavirus news, the most recent Taoyuan hospital cluster outbreak has risen to 20 cases. Parents with young children can take family care leave from February 18th to the 21st as a government response measure after it announced the postponement of the reopening of schools at the high school level and below following the winter break for 4 days to February 22nd due to the pandemic. The stated purpose is so that schools would have more time to disinfect their campuses and prepare pandemic prevention measures. Childcare subsidies for households with children under the age of 5 will be raised to 3,500 NT per month from the current 2,500 NT starting August 1st. The monthly allowances will be further increased to 5,000 NT starting August next year in a bid to boost the nation's low birth rate. So be sure to get ready to have babies after August of next year. In related news, more than 1,000 children have been born to employees of Hanhai, aka Foxconn, in the year since the company boosted the child care payments it offers. On February 1st of 2020, Hanhai unveiled an expanded child care subsidy program in which the company gives 15,000 NT per month per child to employees who have children until they turn 7. A former university principal and several others have been charged with aggravated fraud by prosecutors over their alleged involvement in recruiting Sri Lankans to study in Taiwan, then sending them to work illegally at a slaughterhouse. The Sri Lankans arrived in Taiwan in late 2017, 50 of whom were sent to work at a slaughterhouse for 40 hours per week before they had received work visas. They only attended classes for 2 days a week at the university's Taipei campus. In recent years, there have been 2 similar cases in Zhanghua. Taiwan's military has announced that beginning in 2022, it will introduce new rules governing the call-up of reservists to improve the combat readiness of the country's reserve forces. This is an important move, and I'll be discussing it more in an upcoming show on Taiwan Report News Brief with analysis and context. Nearly 11,000 Hong Kongers moved to Taiwan last year, almost double the number reported a year earlier, after Beijing imposed a sweeping national security law on the territory in June. Taiwan has the world's 3rd fastest 5G download speeds, according to a report released by wireless mapping company OpenSignal. Taiwan ranked 3rd for the average speed using an active 5G connection with a figure of 272.2 megabits per second, trailing South Korea, which had an average speed of 354.4, and the United Arab Emirates with 292.2. Taiwan has jumped 20 places in the 2020 Democracy Index rankings to 11th position globally from 31st in 2019 to rank top in Asia, according to the index report released Tuesday by the Economist Intelligence Unit. What's puzzling is why it took them so long to rank Taiwan above Japan and South Korea when it was obvious to anyone in the region that Taiwan was more democratic. The United States Navy sent a guided missile destroyer, USS John S. McCain, through the Taiwan Strait on Thursday. This is the first time a warship has done so in the Biden administration. The People's Liberation Army Air Force has been violating Taiwan's ADIZ almost daily since last year, with only 1 day in January with no such provocation. On Thursday, Taiwan's foreign ministry announced it had signed an agreement with Guyana to open a Taiwan office. But later in the same day, after China complained, Guyana's foreign ministry issued a statement saying the government has not established any diplomatic ties or relations with Taiwan. And as a result of the miscommunication of the agreement signed, this agreement has since been terminated. This comes only days after Chinese Chairman Xi Jinping complained about nations bullying each other. All right, that's it for today's show. Be sure to hit like and subscribe. Hit the bell if you're on YouTube to get notifications. And of course, your support means a lot to us, so please consider becoming a patron of ours on Patreon.
This has been brought to you by the Taiwan Report. For more content like this, become our patron at report.tw.
还有就是那个台湾狗啦，最喜欢我的台湾狗了。